As I mentioned earlier, Andrew is away, but he's actually hosting an event at the Vancouver Club where Vancouver Magazine is revealing its Power 50 Awards at a gala tonight. Now, the winners and their place in that long list is undercover until later, but he did manage to catch up with one of the youngest people on the list.
So we're here at Vancouver Magazine's Power 50 event, and I've got the list right here. And when you look at a list like this, I mean, you see people like Gregor Robertson, Christy Clark. You don't expect to see a 12-year-old girl on this list, but that is exactly who is on here. Tru Wilson joins us right now. And let me just sort of set this up for folks right now. You're a 12-year-old girl, but one of relatively few who was born a boy. But you are a girl in every other sense of the world, in every sense of the word. When you look at tonight, and you are being recognized as one of the most powerful, influential people in Vancouver, why do you think you're on this list?
I think that the reason that I'm on this list is because if you see all the other people on this list and then you look at me, it shows that it doesn't take much to fight for what you care for, and you can fight for the littlest thing and it'll make that much of a difference.
What happened at the school where you were at? It was a Catholic school, and they had certain rules in place that made your life difficult.
Well, the rules that I really hated the most was the boys on this team and girls on this team, because a lot of my girlfriends were on the girls team, and then my gym teacher would tell me to go on the boys team, and I would kind of try to walk over there, and then he would just push me back onto the boys team. That wasn't fun, because like I had a couple friends on the boys team, but they didn't really understand me that much. I didn't get bullied a lot because I had a lot of friends and they would try to protect me, but every once in a while I would get a little like, you're a boy, you shouldn't be drawing dresses or mermaids or fairies, or you shouldn't be playing with dolls and stuff, and that kind of hurt, but I eventually got used to it and just began to learn to ignore it.
We do have mom and dad here as well, Michelle and Garfield Wilson. I listen to Tru speak, and I think to myself, gosh, what a role model, right, for other kids. Is that what you want her to be? Do you want her to be a role model?
Well, I think first and foremost, we want her to be her, and we want her to have no shame. We want her to be proud of who she is and empowered by who she is. When we first started along this journey and we had the opportunity to talk about it, we asked her, if you had a choice of living your future as a woman, would you want to be unknown that you were trans? Would you want to live stealth? Or would you, if you had the opportunity to help other kids through telling your story, what would you prefer to do? And she said, well, I think I'd rather just live my life as me and as a girl, but if it helps other kids go through this that don't have the support that I do, then I want to talk about it. So it's something that we're really proud of her for doing.
As a dad, was it difficult?
It was a long journey, and it was a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of it came from not knowing and not understanding. And as a father and as a parent, you want to protect your kids as much as possible. You want to protect them and make sure that they're safe, and that they're going to live a life that's as uncomplicated as possible.
True. I have one more question that I wanted to ask you, because you're at an age right now where boys are meeting girls and girls are meeting boys, and I remember when I was your age, it was awkward, super awkward for me. How is it for you? I
still get really nervous if I'm around a guy that I like or I think is cute, because one, I'm afraid like, oh, I'm gonna do the wrong thing, I'm gonna bump into him, or I'm gonna I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Right. Something we could all relate to, I think.
Yeah, and then there's also the other option where the boy is not the guy that I think he is, because sometimes I'll see a guy who I think is cute, but then I find out later that he's a really big jerk, and then that just throws the whole thing off.
Do you tell them about you?
Yeah, I do. I try to tell everybody that I get close to, because I don't want there to be any surprises. And it would be, imagine how awkward a conversation would be if you've been dating someone for like 6 months, and then you say, hey, I'm not actually fully a girl, I'm transgender. How's that conversation gonna go? So I don't want there to be any surprises. I want them to know me, and to know the me that isn't hiding, and I want them to get to know all of me, not just half.
Well, Tru, I think you're wise beyond your years, and it has been a real pleasure to speak with you and your parents as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And folks at home, the full list will be on our website, cbc.ca/BC. Check out the Power 50.
And I think Andrew had it right. Wise beyond her years.
Wow.
So articulate, so composed. I just have to tell you, while we were watching that interview, the entire set was silent. Normally we're talking about what's coming up next and what to do, but completely silent and engaged in
It's
Tru
so
Wilson.
true. What an incredible young lady. Yeah.
And we'll have much more from the Power 50 on the Late Show tonight with Teresa Tang at 11. Thanks for joining us. cbc.ca/BC is our website. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.